Welcome to another video from Speedy Feet. This time we are looking at the InMotion V12. It's only taken us 100 years to get the V12 into this warehouse, but now it's here, we can review it. So this is going to be an unboxing and range test. Now, probably worth mentioning, it is freezing cold outside and we've just had a storm hit. It's a lot of rain, it's not ideal conditions, so always bear in mind that we typically try and push it as hard as we can to get the least range. So when it goes to summer, you'd like to get more range because of the temperature increase, just better conditions basically. I actually haven't watched any videos online of the V12, apart from when we did a live show, we ran through the manual that was released, just because I wanted to remain completely oblivious to the whole thing. Now, you might see there's two boxes on the table. It says InMotion on it, they're both V12s. Now I'm going to test both V12s, which you might ask, that's a bit weird, and it is weird because we don't do things normally here. And talking of weird, I introduced you to this V12's demo rider, so it's going to be borrowed for a while, and I'm going to introduce you to him now. This is Jonathan.
How are you doing?
Jonathan Worley. You might recognise him from such things as A Day in the Life of EUC, something like that it's called, Wheel Life. Something like that.
Close enough.
Yeah. Going up in the subscriptions now, aren't you, in the YouTube channel?
Yeah, I'll be soon famous. Yeah, I'm going to have a nameplate, a blue plaque outside the house.
You're already famous.
Infamous.
Yeah, for crashing.
Be careful.
Oh. So John is going to be testing 1 to 1,000 kilometres, and I'm going to be testing 1 to 1,000 kilometres. So you get double the portion of reviews. Comment if you like that idea. Right, so I'm just going to lift this out now because it's very light. I'm going to put that there on the floor. Apparently, it's 29 kilograms.
You actually need 2 strong lads and a wheelbarrow to unpack these. Back in a second.
It's got armbands on it.
I'll be with you in a minute.
You alright?
Yeah, lovely. Just before going further, isn't there something really special about unpacking a wheel for the first time? The first time, and it looks pristine, and there's no scuffs on it.
Well, there's sort of marks on it, look. See, like sticky marks.
Oh yeah. Mine lasted about this long for about 20 minutes, and then it's covered in scratches. But do you go up or down? There we go. Oh. Brilliant.
Did you hit yourself in the face like that?
No. I'm not stupid, I'm not an idiot.
Now you stop crinkling that paper.
It's a thing of beauty, isn't it?
Is it? This here is the power button, allegedly. Oh, need to connect the app to operate. So, please connect app to activate. Oh wait, there's the cut-off handle, so the wheel won't spin. Got that. Excellent. Speaker at the front apparently. Quite plasticky front. I've got this residue all over it, which, does it come off? I think it might be glue. So no, it doesn't come off. Bit strange. Sort of got a weird, it doesn't scratch off even.
Not on mine.
Is it not on yours?
No. That's how we'll tell them apart in future.
Yeah, this has got a residue all over. Look at it, look.
Yeah.
But it looks very poor. We've got a stand here for putting it down. There we go. So it's on, but it stands up.
Actually, this one's a bit the same there. So
it's like
there. It's not like a residue. It's like it's tarnished the finish of it.
Strange, isn't it?
Yeah.
Pull the handle and lean it back, and it stays there. Works perfectly on a glass smooth surface.
I do like that though. I do like that feature having a kickstand on it. That's quite cool.
Where are you going to use it?
Well, at home in the hallway and stuff where it's the store.
Yeah, I suppose so. Yeah.
Like you say, if you're out in the field on a grass bank somewhere, it's no good. But
some of the work foot plates look nice. They got nice little rubber pads here to protect it when it hits up against the side. Not magnetic like other manufacturers, of course. But it's looking pretty good. So, how many watt hours has this John got? This John got
This John got
loads
of watt hours.
loads
This
of watt
wheel
hours.
has got 1,750, and like you, I have avoided watching anybody else's reviews of them because I didn't want to be kind of persuaded by their views. I want to make my own mind up on it, so I probably won't even watch this one back.
I'm probably, if you boot yours down, I'll connect mine to the InMotion app. Here we go. Approve. Would like to use Bluetooth? Yes. Search vehicles. I've got 2 V12s. 5E0, that's mine. Right. Okay, I'm connected. Connecting. So I was going through some activation stuff. I've already read the safety guidance and it's showing my address, my location. All that's on the screen. Battery's 50%. How do you think the range test is going to go?
Perfect.
Is it?
No problem with that.
No. Some of the app functions can only be used by the vehicle owner. Do you need to be certified as the owner immediately? And there's a Chinese character, which I've pressed, assuming that the one to the left says later, means no. Set the lock screen for your vehicle. Set now. None or digital? Digital? Enter for... You can see it in the thing, on the screen thing, so you have to blur that out, because you know when someone comes to steal my wheel, I don't want to know it. Okay, it's digital. I've done that. Password's done. You can also set the vehicle name and avatar for your vehicle. Set now. Username. Nothing happens when you press that. Nothing happens. Let me try it again. No. Right, avatar. Take photo. Okay. Right, you ready? There we are. Sensible photo. Use photo. Select photos. Carry on, John. You go through that. I'm doing this.
Well, this is the first InMotion wheel that I've ever properly had under my control for any sustained period of time. So I've not actually got the InMotion app. So I'm just in the process of downloading that.
He came prepared. Did you know what we were reviewing today?
Do you know, we came into the office today about 2 hours ago, and we've spent time riding round on M10s. We've been outside riding scramble bikes.
Trials bikes, excuse me.
Bikes, sorry.
Right, okay. Owner information. I've done my owner information, so we're in. So I've got 50 miles of range remaining at 50%. So this wheel will do 100 miles per charge.
What was the watt-hour battery of it?
1,750.
Oh, they've estimated that very well, haven't they?
Yeah, I'm not sure that's going to work.
No, it's going to work.
Also, the battery logo on here is showing 0%, which is weird. On here, though, it's showing 50%, so there's some disconnect between the app and this. But it's all working, so 2,500 watts of power and 1,750 watt hours of battery power. So let me turn this off now. So I can sort. Oh, that's really good. I like that. So I'm looking at, basically gives up all the little heads up things. So max speed, board temp, single mileage, total mileage in kilometers, average speed. Gives you all of that. Battery voltage, available mileage. That's really good. I like that. So let me have a look if I can go to settings and change it to the max speed. Let's put it up to 60 kilometers an hour. We've got commuting and off-road. Cool. Right, that's done. So the trolley handle, you've done it yet?
I'm still struggling to download and register the app. Carry on.
So if you haven't got the app installed already and you're ordering the V12, which you can get from speedyfeet.co.uk, make sure you install the app prior to its arrival so you don't get frustrated. But that's a trolley handle for you. So dead center, in the middle, very similar to all their other ones. In the back, one charge port, one USB and one USB-C. So standard USB, USB-C. I would have really liked there to be 2 charge ports on there. I really would. And in the manual, it even shows 2 chargers. It doesn't show it as ports, but it shows 2 cables. That would have been cool to have 2 charge ports on the back there to get 2 chargers on it. I suppose the question is now, how do you get the light on? Oh, like that. Oh, hello. That's how many light modes you got. So you got top, bottoms only, all 4. Nice. And we've got speakers. So the next question is, can you play music to them whilst John's still, he's really helpful in this video review of the V12. InMotion unicycle, got 2 of them. Doesn't give serial number, just says InMotion unicycle. Let's go to here. What a guess. 50-50, wasn't it? And now let's see if that then plays music. So we go to music. It does. Tin, isn't it?
The lights
Tinny.
played. The lights were
Did
moving.
they? What?
So it was like a
Right.
so you got a little disco way right
So
now.
you've got lights in the front and then lights around here, look. Bing! So John's just checking his emails just to make sure he's all good. The tyre is a 16" by 3, so 3 inches wide, 16" diameter. It's cross-terrain, so it can be used on road and off-road. So it's a tread that we're all used to by now. If you've been involved in the world of EUC for a long period of time, nothing unusual there. So what I'm going to do is go and put these back on charge. John's going to continue installing the app, so we'll just wait for that. Obviously, with the magic of video, we can probably just mess about with it. He's now typing his phone number into the app. So John can't use his now. So it's just me. So I'll charge it up, I'll get on out, and I'll do a range test.
So I've tried to register this blooming app, and the phone area code you can put in is for the United Kingdom, and according to InMotion.
Yeah. It's weird because I don't get any of these issues.
We're in business. Oh,
Are we?
are we?
Why does it still say searches and not displaying any wheels?
Well, nothing's on it.
You might want to turn the wheel on if you want to connect to it. It's just a thought. I mean, I know it's a crazy thought, but
Activation. I wish I'd been listening to what you were doing. What did that say?
I don't need it really. He looked at me and said, I wish I'd...
Activate failed.
It's because I think the location says unknown.
You can set a password to unlock the screen and the vehicle. Digital, I saw you do this bit.
1, 2, 3, 4. Got it.
Change digital password. No, that's secure, that's fine. No, first impressions, I do like the screen. Compared to the screen on the Sherman, which is the only other wheel I've got with a screen on it. And one of the criticisms I had of that wheel was, great to have a screen, but shame it was so limited in its functionality. This looks like it's a step up.
It's like a little phone.
But I also wonder how costly it is to repair this when I go smashing off and tumbling down an embankment in about 20 minutes.
Don't fall off.
That's a good bit of advice. I'm on 50% battery as well, so that's level.
Perfect for the range test we got planned for today. One thing to mention, worth definitely mentioning, is that the charger is a lot bulkier than the normal chargers that come with InMotion. So this is a 100.8 volt, cool, 2.3 amps. So it's a more powerful charger than normal. So you'll notice that by the 5 pins on here. It's just a bigger charger. But one thing I do want to try is a 5 amp charger, considering we're limited for time. Now I'm not quite sure, it's exactly the same connection. The output on this is exactly the same, apart from the amperage. So volts are the same. So I'm going to try plugging in a 5 amp one, which is 100.8 volts, the same voltage, different amps. So we'll try that and see what happens. And it's charging. So on the screen it says it's charging. We're all good. So I'm going to charge at 5 amps. The red light's on here. It's charging up, so that's going to work fine. I'll get John's on there, so it's going to be at twice the speed. So just like having 2 charge ports, twice the speed. And in fact, you've got a Sherman. So with your Sherman charger, you can charge this. One thing to mention just before we do leave is they included some instructions in here for Jonathan.
Oh yeah. Excuse me.
I'll put that up just because it rubs against the tyre. How to ride, in brackets it says Jonathan Worley.
Oh, cool.
Before driving, bad start, I'll change it. Before riding, please take all safety measures such as wearing sports clothes, pants, helmets, knee pads, elbow pads and other protective tools.
Tools?
Not really sure what that means. You've got to put 1 foot on the pedal, glide forth and back. Anyway, the bit I like is the... so we've got to hold hands.
Oh.
So we've got to hold hands, basically. Yeah. So before we go, we'll hold hands and then you can go off wobbling like that. It does say, do not put battery in at the environment with high temperature over 50 degrees C, so that's probably unlikely. But this is more likely, or low temperature below -2. But that -2, we're going to reach that, aren't we? So
Possibly, yeah.
keep it in your house, but that's probably the recommendation for batteries anyway. We'll get these on charge, hopefully they'll be charged a lot quicker, and then we can head out on them. Right, let's go, show a race, ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
That's crazy.
No. Oh, come on. It's so cold. It's not... I've basically got this touch of a lizard at the moment.
Overload. Please get off.
Welcome back. We have come back from the range test. How did you find the wheel?
What first impressions of it?
First impressions, yeah.
Absolutely brilliant wheel to ride. Such a smooth ride.
It was a smooth ride.
It was, yeah. It was beautiful. Just felt like you're gliding along with it. So whatever InMotion are doing with their wheels, that kind of ride quality, I think, is, for me. I've ridden the V10, for example, and that just reminded me of that V10. That kind of smooth control, smooth power on, power off. Beautiful. Apart from, one niggle with it is when you're braking and braking hard, a tendency for it to give a bit of wobble. And putting that down to perhaps being a lighter wheel, making it do that. Some of the heavy wheels don't do that so much.
Could be the rider.
Could well. You were doing it as well. It was happening.
I was pretending. I was like, oh yeah, John, it's really bad. He's like, oh, this is terrible. Where it would definitely benefit from is some super boost pads on the side to get all that torque and braking out of it. I think that's a biggie because I found myself just sliding forward and back, couldn't grip it tight enough to get the torque out. But a huge amount of power, 2,500 watt motor. It was pretty amazing, wasn't it?
It was still fast enough. I know what you're saying, and I do agree with you. Those kind of power pads, booster pads, would give you that extra bit of sense of control of it. But even without it, it was still fast enough. I don't think this is lacking.
It's not to go faster, though, is it? It's to accelerate faster.
Yeah, yeah. But so it wasn't. This is not a slow wheel off the line. This is not going to leave you feeling disappointed. But I agree with you. I'm not saying I disagree. But don't think this is a puny wheel in terms of its power and speed off the line without the power pads.
I think for safety and security, you should have side pads on it.
And again, I'm not disagreeing with you.
Brilliant.
But I'm saying
so you want to be less safe?
No.
So if you want to be less safe in this camp A, don't put them on. If you want to be safer and a more responsible rider, then put them on.
That's exactly what I'm saying. Is it?
Is it?
I've got available kilometres of 21 at 92%. 21 kilometres available mileage at 92%. You've got 159 kilometres at 93%.
You've been putting weight on?
Must have done. There's a speed up there.
Foot plates, nice and big, very comfortable. So we were out for just over 2 hours riding, solid, no stops. Really comfortable.
Couple of stops when I took mine for it.
That is, we probably actually, that's the elephant in the room, isn't it? This one looks new. Been on the same journey, exact same journey as this one. Now you wouldn't think that. You'd think it's probably done 1,000 miles. Hasn't. John just went for a ride on it. So.
I know what you just noticed. Oh. What it's like to follow Jonathan Ward.
Be careful.
Be careful, it says, John.
Both sides are damaged.
No, but not damaged. They're just
Right,
dirty.
what's that gauge?
That's we were going on a.
That's not damaged.
No, that's we were going on
That is
a
damaged.
wooden path in the
A
woods.
wooden path.
A path in the woods, and it's winter and
Doesn't
it
make
was
a lot of
wet,
sense, does it?
very muddy, and there were lots of leaves down, and there was a rock that was obscured.
That's all excuses. So the actual reality of it is we've got a bit of a gouge at the bottom of the foot plate, haven't we? And then we've got mud cased all over the sides, both sides of the wheel.
Be careful.
Oh, what do you do?
I'm going to hit that. Buried by the leaves.
as you will see, we've got loads of footage of those. I think we've got every crash, I think.
Be careful.
To the wrong path. Oh, I should stay on. Stay up there.
You should then.
Be careful.
Be careful, John, it says. It doesn't want to grip, does it? Haven't laid this on its side yet whilst riding it, which is good. So no dirt. Mudguard holds up well.
Yeah,
spin
very
it
well.
around. So you don't get anything on yourself. You get a bit of splashback up here, look, over this bit here. But to all intents and purposes, it works.
Remarkably well. I was right behind you for most of the way, and you were clean from behind.
Yeah.
Despite the muddy trails of being on it.
Yeah.
Excellent. Really good.
So really good. Handled well, super quiet, super smooth. Really, really nice wheel. I've got a leaf stuck in there so I can hear it. Really nice, smooth wheel. The advantage of having the screen on the front in colour and with so many options on it is a bit of a godsend. And then you've got the power button for the lights as well. So we only rode with these two on when it's pitch black. Ooh, short press like that, so I must turn the Bluetooth on or off, I guess.
Can I just, my thoughts on the screen? I've ridden other wheels with screens and found their features to be limited. This is really easy to use. It's not complicated. It's touch sensitive. You can slide it left and right and get different screens. You can access your settings in here. You can change your speed settings and other bits and pieces. Really good. Really good. That is brilliant.
Yeah.
And you could see it in the dark as well. When it went dark,
absolutely.
you can look down and it's all visible. The important information is there. And it gives you the battery power in percentage and voltage.
And voltage, yeah, you got both. So mine got down to 4. It's be on the screen now, but I'm going to do it anyway. So I've got the pin because you can't.
Yeah, that security feature is quite good as well. So if you leave it somewhere, nobody else can pick it up and ride it. Because
this is now showing 15% and 82 volts. What's yours showing, Jonathan?
Well, Uncle Ian, mine is showing. Oh, I put the pin in. Mine is showing 23% and 83 volts.
There you go. Whatever that means. So how far did we go on the range test? Now, interestingly, I ran about 4% lower than Jonathan for the entire journey, basically. So we think that must be some way that the computer is calculating the voltage of the battery, I guess.
Or it likes to lie down every now and again.
It does, yeah. One of those two things. But we did the same journey, same speed, side by side, similar weight to each other, but it didn't, as Jonathan pointed out, that gap didn't grow over the time of the journey. It stayed at about 4% difference. So we did 32 miles. 32 miles, and this thing was tilting back a good one at that. So couldn't have gone really any more. It was tilting back at about sort of 20 kilometers an hour. It was just then forcing you back. And it got to the stage where it says overpower or something, please get off, and tilt me right back. So 32 miles at the speeds we did, which was pretty quick, wasn't it?
Yeah, average speed, because this also at the end of the trip tells you
what did it say your average speed was?
Average speed was 29 kilometres per hour, it said on this.
And what's that in miles per hour, Jonathan?
It's around about, hang on, this is another math test for me, isn't it? It's around about
15. So we did an average speed of 15.1 miles per hour, not kilometres. Sorry, almost 34 miles. 33.67 was the final, but it was a bit of a slog for the last little bit.
But hearing that reading back, that sounds surprising to me because it felt like we were flying along. I know we stopped at junctions and checked navigation things, but we were zipping along most of the time.
Well, I can tell you here, so we got the speed as we set out every, I don't know what it splits it by. But most of the time we're doing 18 miles an hour, almost 19 miles an hour, most of the journey.
But without having to get your phone out and check your app, you can see what your top speed was. So I hit something like 56 kilometres per hour, and this it told me, my top speed.
Yeah.
It told you my average speed, and it told you your distance on that particular trip and your distance overall, all on that screen and easy to get to.
And we burnt 2,100 calories. That's not bad, is it? Just in a couple of hours on the wheels. Elevation gain was almost 3,000 feet.
We did pass a poor old cyclist at one point.
We
flying
did.
Past them.
Flying past, yeah. So, I mean, at a push, this got 34. Comfortable, about 32. It sort of limped me home, which is really good. So it's a perfect little route, actually. So, yeah, there we go. Don't think there's anything else to say, is there, particularly?
The tyre was brilliant on the road, I would say.
I think we pumped them up too much. I got 40 psi in mine. Should have gone out about 30, 35.
Mario pumped mine up, so it started with 40, then deflated to about 35
Yes,
when it
it did,
finished. But
Thanks, Mario.
it was brilliant on the road. On the slippy conditions off-road, it was okay.
Well, I didn't fall off.
But there was a lot of times when if you're on slippy path and we were trying to put power down, it was just spinning around. There was no digging into the dirt. It was more like, how did it lay down?
I say just review the footage, see what you think. Yeah.
The problem is you'll only show the footage where I fell off. You won't show the footage where I didn't fall off. All those excellent bits of skill where I held
I
it.
can put the 10 seconds in where you didn't.
Yeah, this is not good fun, is it? It was like doing this.
So there you go. So there are other features. They will come out in further reviews. So we got 250 kilometre review, 650 and 1,000 across both. So you're going to get two. We've never done this before because it's mentally expensive. Why would anyone be stupid enough to take two brand new V12s out?
Why would anyone be stupid enough to give me one to play?
Exactly. So you're going to find out how robust they are and then all the other features on mine. Also, how cheap parts are to replace. So we'll find out.
Yeah.
But thank you very much for joining us and we'll see you on two separate 250 kilometre video reviews. Goodbye, John.
Oh! What are you doing? Oh! Right, show it this boat up and then. Look at his shoes.
Are you filming in 360?
Yeah.
Yeah, good man. I see you pointing at the ground, but...
I leant on the wheel to support,
And you pull the button in.
pushed the button in, and it kind of went off like that. And it can't kind of, where's the button? I can't do it when I want to. But I went like that and drop me in the mud.
Yeah.
So watch out for that if you're doing something as stupid as this. Let's do a range test, you say. Let's see how many miles you can do.
Yeah. I'll spin it then. We've had a rock. He stayed on.